All right, thanks everyone for being here. I'm going to call this meeting to order at 7:01 p.m. And we're going to start with roll call. So please unmute yourself and say here when I call your name. Commissioner Amelie.
Here.
Commissioner Belicia. Oh, she's still joining. Hi, Commissioner Belicia, can you hear us? Okay, we're taking roll call. Can you say here?
Here.
All right, Commissioner Amelia.
Here.
Commissioner Simone.
Here.
Commissioner Ada.
Here.
Commissioner Carmen.
Here.
Commissioner Madden.
Here.
Commissioner City.
I'm here.
Commissioner Zahra.
Here.
Commissioner Palace.
Here.
Commissioner Ria. Oh, Ria's not here yet. Okay. Commissioner Emily
Here.
and Commissioner Anusha.
Here.
All right, thank you. Okay, we're going to go on to the approval of the minutes. So I'm going to share my screen of the minutes from May 24th. And I will need someone to motion to approve the minutes and then somebody to second that motion.
I motion to approve the minutes.
I second that motion.
All right, I have Carmen motioned and Madden second. Now we are going to vote to approve the minutes. So I am going to say each person's name again, and you will say either aye, that you agree that these minutes are accurate, even if you weren't at the meeting, or you will say no if you believe that the minutes are not accurate from that meeting. So when I say your name, if you agree that the minutes are accurate, you would say aye. All right, Commissioner Amelie.
Aye.
Commissioner Belicia.
Aye.
Commissioner Amelia.
Aye.
Commissioner Simone.
Aye.
Commissioner Ada.
Aye.
Commissioner Carmen.
Aye.
Commissioner Madden.
Aye.
Commissioner City.
Aye.
Commissioner Zahra.
Aye.
Commissioner Palace.
Aye.
Commissioner Ria. Still not quite here. Okay. Commissioner Emily.
Aye.
Commissioner Anusha.
Aye.
All right, the minutes from May 24th are approved. Thank you, everybody. We are going to move on to oral requests. Are there any oral requests at this time? Nope. And there are no public comments. So I'm going to move on to announcements. Are there any announcements at this time? Nope. And no public comments. So I will move on to old business, which we do not have any old business at this time since this is our first meeting. So we're going to move on to new business. And our first item on our agenda for new business is voting for our new roles at the Youth Commission. So we will start with our chair role. Again, the chair is our lead. You guys are all leaders, but is our person who leads the meetings and sometimes is the face of the commission when talking to council and things like that. So if you would like to nominate yourself, or if you would like to nominate somebody else, maybe raise your hand or unmute yourself.
I would like, oh, sorry.
Sorry, just clarifying, this is just for the chair role right now.
I would like to nominate myself for chair.
I would also like to nominate myself for chair.
All right, Amelie, can you tell us a little bit of why you think you would make a great chair for this next term?
Okay, so I'm running for chair this year because as it is my third and unfortunately final term, I believe that I have gained the experience that makes me qualified for this position. My very first term as a youth commissioner, all events were in person. And then last year, my second term as youth commissioner, all the events that I led were virtual. And I have experience, because I have experience leading both types of events, I believe I can help us flexibly transition into a year where we possibly have to do both kinds of events. In addition, I have experience being a leader for many clubs, and I am accountable, reliable, and ethical. I also have lots of theater experience, so I'm not scared at all to speak in front of large groups. And one of the main things that I would like to work on as chair is communication with subcommittees and attendance on events. One thing I've noticed is subcommittees tend to work through their problems and struggles by themselves without communicating to others or to the liaison that they're having trouble. And I want to improve communication by possibly having a subcommittee check-in so that you guys feel free to talk about any obstacles you might be facing, so we can ensure that we have events that don't face obstacles during the time of the event, so we can, deal with problems earlier. And also for attendance on events, when I was both in person and virtual, we had trouble getting attendance for events. And I want to make sure that all of our events have good attendance. And the main way we ensure this is by promoting and participating in all of our events. If people see that all of us are attending our own events, we can create more attention and enthusiasm from the public. And I think that'd be really great because we work so hard on these events. And it's really important to us that members of the public come and enjoy. I genuinely love being on the Youth Commission, and I can promise you guys that if elected, I will work hard to make sure we have a great year. Thank you.
All right, and Amelia, can you let us know why you think you would be a great chair for this coming year?
Yeah, so as you guys may know, sorry, if you guys can hear the piano in the background, it's just my sister practicing. But my name's Amelia, and I use she, her pronouns. I'm running for chair this year. This is my second year, by the way, because I think I would be a perfect fit for the job. I'm super comfortable talking in front of the room, and I'm also super organized. As Amelie touched on, I think it's really important for me this year that we get as much participation as possible. So that means for me, utilizing our social media and communication. I love to hear new ideas, and I always have a few of my own. Most importantly, though, I loved getting to meet you guys at our last meeting, and I already have so much excitement and love for this team, and I cannot wait to work with all of you. Hearing all of your creative ideas was so inspiring to me, and I think I am the perfect person to put those ideas into action. Something that's super important to me is social justice and community. And I know that a lot of our ideas revolved around those two values. So I think I could really put those ideas into action and be the perfect person to lead you guys through that. Last year, I also had the privilege of being part of the Campbell Youth Commission. Unfortunately, it was all online though. So this year, I really want to reach out to as much of Campbell as possible and make as much of a long-term impact as possible as well. With my communication, open-mindedness, and drive, I think that I could be an amazing chair. So thank you.
All right, do we have any other nominations for either yourself or somebody else you think would be a great chair for this year? Okay, I'm updating the form that we're going to vote on as we go. I just want everybody to make a little mental note that we have Amelie with an E and Amelia with an A. The names are very close. So when you're voting, look at their faces before we go to the voting screen so you make sure you're voting for the person you like the most. Okay, for our co-chair. So this is our person who fills in for chair when necessary, also can be often the face of the youth commission when talking to council and making presentations and things like that. So do we have any nominations for co-chair?
I would like to nominate myself for co-chair.
All right, Emily, why do you think you would be a great co-chair for this year?
All right, hi guys, my name is Emily Tovar. I go to Lee High School and I'm currently a senior at Lee. This is going to be my second year on the Youth Commission. Last year I actually was a secretary, so I understand what it's like to be an officer on the Youth Commission board. It's really important to hear ideas and to get other people's insight and opinions on events, ideas, everything. I've met all of you and I'm like still so excited to keep talking to all of you and hearing your ideas. Some things about me is that I've been in National Honor Society for 3 years. I've been doing it since my sophomore year and I'm still doing it now. I am the secretary of my club From Hands to Paws, which is basically animals. We help animals in need and in shelters. And we do a lot of work days with making care packages, making toys, donation boxes for these animals. And just helping the community with these animals and getting more insight from others. I am also part of ASB at my school. It's actually my first year. So I understand that sense of getting ideas, brainstorming, communication skills. And I feel like I'd be perfect for that role because I already have so much experience and background from that. Some fun facts about myself is that I've been doing swim since I was around 8 years old. I've been doing varsity swim for 2 years now. I did Almaden Riptide, which is a club team. I also am doing water polo this year. Super fun, really love the sport. Drew's actually helping me, which is kind of cool because he did water polo. Another thing about myself is that I was the JV captain of my basketball team and I also did travel ball. So I understand the aspect of being a leader as well, helping others when they have struggles. And yeah, I think I'd be great for this position.
Thank you, Emily. Any other nominations for yourself or anyone else you think would be a great co-chair? Okay. On to our secretary role. So the secretary role, again, briefly, is our person who announces the name as we take roll, like I just did. And they take notes during the meeting. So anything we're talking about during the meetings and going over, you'd be typing or writing just some brief notes so that then we can write up the minutes that we approve, like you saw a little bit there. So anyone would like to nominate themselves or someone else for secretary role?
I'd like to nominate myself for secretary.
Simone.
I would also like to nominate myself for the secretary role.
I was gonna say I want to nominate Simone, but she already nominated herself.
Perfect. Any other nominations for secretary? All right, Simone, why do you think you would make a great secretary for this year?
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Simone. I'm a senior and I go to Del Mar High School. And this is my second term on the Youth Commission. And as an IB diploma candidate at my school, I have extensive experience with taking notes and diligent and detailed note taking. And this past summer, I actually interned with State Assembly member Osh Khalra from District 27. And so I have experience writing in a professional tone, specifically within government and for taking notes within the government. And a little bit about myself, and my leadership experience. I was president of Spanish Conversation Club for 2 years. I'm vice president for my school's Junior Statesman of America Club, and I have been field hockey captain for 3 years. And I hope that with my ability and my attention span, my attention to detail, and my diligent note-taking ability, I can help us be organized for our term and have good communication and organization throughout. And I'm so excited to work with you all.
All right. And Zahra, why do you think you would be a great secretary for this year?
Hi everyone, I'm Zahra. I am a freshman at Westmont High School, and this is my second year on the commission. I think I would be a good role for the secretary for the Campbell Youth Commission because I take notes on practically everything. Even if we don't need the notes of something, it's always good to have something written down in case we need reference or in case we need to look back on our ideas. I love working with everyone on the youth commission, and last year I had such a great experience, even though it was virtual. I guess I'll say a little bit about myself. I love singing, and I also like to participate in theater, which is good with my memorization and attention to detail skills. And I'm just really, really excited to work with everyone. And I think I can be a great secretary. Thank you. And I'm super excited.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Any other nominations for any roles? Okay. All right, I'm just gonna make sure I have all the correct people, and if you want to give a wave so we make sure we know who is who while we're thinking about who we're voting for. For our chair, we have Amelie, or Amelia. And our co-chair, we have Emily. And for our secretaries, we have Simone or Zahra. Okay, did I miss anybody? Okay. All right, I am going to send out the link to you guys on Slack. So take a minute or two, should be pretty quick to cast your votes, and then we will announce who our roles are. anyone not able to get on the form? I think we're just waiting for 2 more. Were you able to get it, Alicia?
No, I wasn't able to get Slack.
All right. Let me email it to you one sec. All right, thank you everyone for voting. So I always want to say again and again, you guys were all chosen. You're all very special leaders, and we see that in every single one of you. That's why you were chosen for the commission. And I don't want anyone to be discouraged for not being chosen for a certain role. You guys all play a super important role of being here and being a part of this team. So I just want to make sure everyone knows that all the time. So I will start with our secretary. Our secretary for our 2021-2022 term will be Simone. Congratulations, Simone. All right. And the co-chair, which was a very tight race. It was so close, but Emily, you came out on top. Congratulations, Emily. Okay, and our chair. Again, you guys are all both amazing leaders. It's a very tough choice, but the votes say that Amelie is our chair for this year. Congratulations, Amelie. All right, that's done. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just lead the rest of the meeting so that most of it's stuff that I have to explain anyway, and then we will have our chair and co-chair be able to lead our next meeting, and our secretary be able to take notes so that I don't have to do all of the things. Okay, so our next item is our work plan approval. So let me, you guys were all able to look over the work plan that I shared with you. I'll share it here too again, just in case. So this is the work plan that we kind of came up with during our drafting meeting. And I think it incorporates a good amount of what everybody wanted to kind of generally focus on this year. The potential projects category is exactly that, is potential projects. And it's very unlikely that we'll get to all of them, but I think they're all great ideas. So I wanted to list them on there. And there might be great ideas that are not listed on there that we would like to do as well. So that's okay. So mostly it's about the goals that we are wanting to reach for this year. So if everybody agrees that these are accurate goals to what we would like to be doing this year, I will need one person to motion the approval and one person to second the approval of our work plan.
I motion to approve the minutes, or not the minute, the notes. Sorry. The plan, sorry.
Thank you.
I second that motion.
Right, and then we have to do a roll call vote because this is Zoom. So I'm going to say each person's name again, and if you agree that the work plan is what you think it should be for this year, you will say aye. If you do not believe it's what it should be, then you will say nay when I call your name. All right, Commissioner Amelie,
Aye.
Commissioner Belicia,
Aye.
Commissioner Amelia,
Aye.
Commissioner Simone,
Aye.
Commissioner Ada,
Aye.
Commissioner Carmen,
Aye.
Commissioner Madden,
Aye.
Commissioner City,
Aye.
Commissioner Zahra,
Aye.
Commissioner Palace,
Aye.
Commissioner Rhea, Commissioner Emily,
Aye.
and Commissioner Anusha.
Aye.
All right, the work plan is approved. Yay, everybody. Okay, and our next item on the new business is, I know this was kind of mentioned during our work plan meeting, but it was also brought up to us or brought up to me by our director that City Council would love to hear a presentation from our commissioners about what their work plan is for this coming year. So we're hoping to do that on October 5th. They have a meeting. I believe it's at, oh shoot, 6 or 7 p.m. I will have to double check that, but it's kind of in the evening of October 5th. That is a Tuesday. So I'd like to ask if our chair and co-chair are available to make that presentation to City Council.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
Would we have to like make the slide presentation or would we just be talking about it?
We'll make a kind of brief presentation, yeah, for the slides, just pretty much saying exactly what the work plan already says.
Okay.
And just kind of reading it and talking about what the goals are, mostly that. Okay, perfect. And now we can move on to fun new business. We need to decide on what our first event will be for this coming year. So I know we talked about tons of ideas a little bit, and I know we could come up with a million more. But if you guys would like to, if anyone wants to start a discussion about an event that they think would be kind of the best one to start with, or to start with this kind of fall, wintry time, if anyone has any thoughts on that and would like to speak, we'd love to hear about that.
So we should definitely have the early voter drive before 2022, and just because, you know, people can register it in general there as well, people who are 18. So we should definitely have it before 2022, like November, before November.
I think we mentioned something about like a toy drive at our first meeting where we would collect toys and then we would donate them to kids in need. I think that's what our plan was, but it was a toy drive of some sort that we were thinking of, and I don't think we got to elaborate on that.
Yeah, kind of basing off like what Zahra said. I think that we should do a toy drive, but also a food drive, because I know it's getting colder and I know a lot of like people are not getting as much food that they need to during the holidays, especially. We can also maybe do a donation box of not just toys, but maybe like blankets and stuff. or maybe use sweaters that people don't want anymore. I think that's really useful, especially during this time. And no, it's like not getting that much colder, but like sooner or later it will. So I think it'll be very useful.
I think it would be a great event to do like October, November, like as it starts getting towards the holiday season, because I know as it gets like towards Thanksgiving and the winter break, that a lot of people start doing like donation drives. So
We could do something like care packages with like food and like everything in general that was mentioned. And Julie, do we, like, if we were to do care packages, we would have to like acquire materials somehow. Would we do like a donation kind of thing, or would we use money from a budget if we have one?
Budgets are pretty tight, as you guys are familiar with last year. So definitely donations would be preferable for something like that.
I'm not sure how much resources it takes for us to hold coffee and politics, but I think that, you know, a recall election is like a once in a decade kind of event. It's only the fourth in our country's history. So I really think that, you know, maybe a post recall coffee and politics would be great, you know, to get a fresh perspective of, you know, of what will happen afterwards. Just to discuss with, you know, how the teens of Campbell feel about it.
I think that's a great idea. I love where your mindset's at. But one thing I do want to point out is like coffee and politics is more of understanding what like the mayor and then like all the other city council members are like explaining to teens about what the city council actually is and what the city government is. And also just getting like for example, our insight on how we feel about our community and also others outside of the Campbell's Youth Commission. So I feel like it's a great idea. I'm not discouraging it at all, but I think coffee and politics has always been more of like a next year type of event where we have more discussions from our city councils to discuss their work plan and how we can contribute to their work plan.
So see on the work plan that we have something listed and labeled October Fun Run. So like if we want to plan a thing like that, and it's called October Fun Run, so it would be coming up soon. So we might want to plan that one happen. And know that like fun runs are usually to like raise money for something or for some kind of philanthropic purpose. So we'd always tie it back into like raising money for the homeless or like raising money for homeless shelters. And if we do like get donation, that was could be used to go towards care packages or like toy drives, etc.
I have a question about the October Fun Run. So would that be like Oktoberfest or our own separate thing?
It is Oktoberfest. It's the one that
Okay.
the city's already putting on. So yeah, I did mention to them if they need any help with anything to let us know. They haven't mentioned anything just yet. It might come down to like the week or two before when they decide if they need like packages put together or shirts sorted and things like that. So it'll be a little bit of a wait and see at this point, I think.
I think I remember a while ago, the youth commission helped out on Fun Run, but we just stood on the side and did like water cups and stuff. So we could do something like that again.
Yeah, that's great. I think it's October 16th. If you guys want to put that down in your calendars as kind of a potential day that there will be things going on that we need help with, that'd be great. Zahra, did you have a question?
No, that was my question about us volunteering at that run.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit up in the air. They're planning it to be in person right now, but they're also know that the possibility of things become worse and it's not good to have in person. They might switch it to virtual last minute. So yeah, it's a little bit up in the air of what will be needed at this point. But October 16th is the day that things will be happening most likely.
I think going back to the ideas of like toy drives and all that for like the holidays, something else we could do more like on social media is making like guides to local small businesses for gifts that people could buy from.
That is a good idea. Would we focus on downtown Campbell or just the general Campbell area?
We could do like for like in-person stores like downtown, and then maybe we can do like online retailers that are based in Campbell too.
I think something else I've been thinking about as well is because a lot of seniors are like applying to college, maybe doing the like financial planning workshop soon as well, to help like get kids educated.
I love that idea. Something I also want to add is maybe college workshops where you're getting more involved with colleges that you're interested in, or possibly what is it, college writing essays, like some help, some tutoring. I think that's really great, and especially during this time, like I know a lot of kids are struggling, like myself, to write an essay. So I feel like having that workshop can definitely benefit many students and not just me.
Is there any kind of dates known right now of when like essays and applications are due, or is there a general month those are usually due? Do you guys know?
UCs are supposed to be due, I think, at the end of November, and then state schools are supposed to be around December-ish time.
And then privates and out of states are January 1st.
Okay, so pretty soon.
I do want to, this isn't relating to like college workshops or the toy or food drives that we were talking about, but I think we mentioned like more of like a legacy project with like one of those free library things where we would like build it and paint it and then find like books to put in it. I think that would be really cool as a legacy project, but that would definitely take a lot more work than like a one-time event.
I think we would probably have to start that like more in January. I think that's what we were talking about at the meeting. Because legacy projects usually start towards the end of the year, and we'd have to start it earlier than that, but I don't know as early as like October.
We could definitely start asking around on like what the logistics of doing something like that would be and get that kind of idea rolling. But yeah, we can probably wait a little bit longer to start that one.
We may have to get like, I don't know if it'd be like a permit, but we'd have to get something approved, right, to build something.
Yeah, depending on where it's going. I'm sure you can't just put one anywhere. So we need to figure out a little bit of where it's going and what goes into being allowed to put one of those wherever we would like it. That would be the first step, I think. Would anyone like to look into that a little bit? Zahra? Yeah, Zahra and Yisha both would be great if you guys can look into a little bit on any of that information to get started for those kind of things. That would be great.
So since we were talking about how like the college deadlines are coming up soon, and a lot of teams are working on those. So I think if we were to do like a college workshops and like college visits week or something, a lot of schools do have like college visits arranged by their college and career centers. So but like I think we could definitely use like post-secondary planning event week, or like maybe series of events where we just talk, where financial planning could be part of that. And then we talked about like a life skills focused workshop event or something during the planning meeting last time. So like if we could include like college planning as part of that, and maybe just to kick off that week of workshops or something.
Yeah, I agree. I think like not, I mean, we can definitely do like the college stuff, but I think like we don't have to just talk about like financial planning for college, but also sort of just like or like scholarships and stuff like that, but like sort of how to like manage your money once you get to college, like how to do your taxes, like some sort of like financial like education. I think would be helpful. I think in an event.
Yeah, I think something that would be geared towards like how to live on your own and how to like take care of yourself would definitely be helpful. But I was actually thinking that the financial workshops would be geared more towards middle schoolers and high schoolers. So maybe just like an overall like guide for people going into college would be more helpful than just financial planning. Like it would be more serious than it would be more like about taxes and stuff like that than just like in general financial planning.
I'm not sure about the logistics of this, but we could have some speakers come in like to give talks about different career pathways, and how to explore them and what it's about.
I really like the idea. I do want to say, I know at least at Westmont, we do have like some of those like career talks about like what it's like to be in that career and how to get there in their own story. So maybe like could we possibly like partner with schools to do that kind of thing?
I do think it would be a great idea if we could reach out to schools. I know we do it at Westmont. I'm actually part of the College and Career Center. That's where I got the idea from. But I'm not sure if other schools do that, or so I do think it'd be a good idea to, to have outreach to other schools in the greater Campbell area.
I just want to say, sorry if there's a lot of background noise. There's like a blender going off downstairs. But like, I just want to say, I feel like if we choose to focus on college and career and academics for this semester, then like, I just kind of want to warn against like doing activities that have too much overlap with what our schools are already doing. Because like, I know our schools already provide like a good amount of resources for the application process. And so yeah, it's just something to watch out for.
I definitely agree with Carmen on that. I know at least for Lee and like ASB and stuff, like a lot of like events and like college and career people are actually out there during tutorials and stuff trying to help students out if they need it. So we don't want to overlap or put a lot of like obviously put focus onto this event, but at the same time, don't make it the main priority and focus on other events that can benefit our community more as a whole.
If we really, really want to do like these kind of workshops, maybe we can have like half the group or whoever's interested like branch off and just work on that. If people are really, really interested in working on that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I wanted to just use some like brainstorming time here to kind of get some ideas going again and narrow things down a little bit. And I'm hoping that we can have some time at our next subcommittee meeting to really even further narrow it down and really get more into some of the research and details of something that we want to be putting on. Yeah, so are there any other ideas right now or thoughts or things you guys like to share on what you think would be kind of our first event coming forward into the fall and winter? Okay.
So this isn't really another idea, but I'm just kind of summarizing what we're talking about to make sure I sort of understand we've narrowed it down. So like, I'm just so far it sounds like we're either doing a life skills related thing, like where we have these workshops relating to like finances and like how to take care of yourself, or we're doing like some things with philanthropy, like whether that's food drive or toy drive. Like, is that right? Or was there something else we discussed? Yeah, personally, I think I really like the idea of doing like stuff especially centered around the holidays, like drives or donations and then that kind of thing. That's just my opinion though.
One thing that I want to point out is if we do these events, try and get in contact with your student body. So any person from ASB you might know, because that's how they get their information out to the entire school. I know for me, it's going to be like really simple to get a lot of the stuff out for Lee students, but for anyone else who's an ASB or knows a friend that's an ASB that can help get that information out, please do it, because it's going to make our events a lot more successful, a lot more participation, and it'll overall be a good experience.
Agreed. All right. I think that's good for our first kind of brainstorm. I think we've got a few more narrow ideas. I like them. Any other questions or comments before we move on to our next item? All right, and there are no public comments. So we are going to move on to our information only. Calendar reminders. Right now, it's just September 27th is our subcommittee meetings. Same time, same place. And October 16th would be the fun run, hopefully, that we will be helping out for whoever is available. All right, and we're going to go ahead and move on to once around the table. So this is a time that we go around to each person and you can just share a little update on anything fun you're doing or anything exciting that happened this week or anything not exciting or not fun you just want to share with the group.
I'll go first. One thing I'm super excited for is homecoming. Like ASB's planning our homecoming. I'm super excited for it. Lee's homecoming unfortunately is not formal, but we have a winter ball that's formal that like takes over for it. So we have a really like casual, like fun, upbeat dance. Something that I'm not looking forward to is I have 3 tests this week for stats, AP Psych, and economics. So a little stressed, but it's okay because I believe in myself.
I guess I can go next. Let me think. I joined speech and debate last week and it started this week, so that's fun. That's exciting. It's our first year doing it, so we're gonna see how it goes. So yeah, that's it.
I can go next. Similar to Emily, I had an AP Calc test today, and I do think I failed it, but it's okay because retakes are like replace the entire grade. So hopefully I can just do good on my retakes. And something I'm excited for is I had a field hockey team dinner today, which was super fun. And we've been losing by like consistently less of a margin. So I think we're coming up to our first tie or a win. Yay.
I'll go next. So I've been canvassing lately, to get out the vote so people vote in the recall election. I guess more like for school related. I have a big project coming up for yearbook, so I need to finish that.
I can go next. Something I'm excited about is this Saturday I had my first driving lesson and I was in the parking lot driving the car around.
I can go next. I didn't meet some of my friends for like a few months, and this weekend I was finally able to meet them, which is super, super fun.
Last week I auditioned for my school's play and I got a role and I'm really, really excited. And even though it's small, I'm still gonna have a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm super excited.
I can go. I'm excited for my first spirit rally this Thursday. So yeah, that's going to be really fun.
Spirit rallies are so fun. Please deck out. Like it's so much fun. Like go out, wear your class colors. Do you like just have fun with it?
I can go next. So like some not so exciting things. I have like 2 big exams this week as well. And then like on Friday, Carmen and I stayed home because like it turned out one of our friends was exposed to COVID, so like we might have been exposed. And so we had to stay home and like get tested, but it turned out negative. So, like that was a scare, but it's okay. And now we're back at school. And then for some better news, like it was our birthday not long ago, and so we got to have like lots of cake, and it's really fun.
I organized or like successfully like an event for my school's lit club on Friday, so that was cool. And it was like in remembrance of 9/11, so like we presented poems and like talked about them, and yeah, it was a really successful event, and that was fun. I also graduated from just driving on like surface streets to driving on like the expressway, which was a little bit scary. But I'm doing so much better at driving, and I think every time I drive, I'm like already like doing way better than I did the previous time. So that's been really exciting.
I'll go. So before, I think last week we had our birthday. Our birthday happened, and so we got to eat cake, and that was great. And then, also, I think and then like it's been pretty busy, but I've been having a really good senior year so far, and I finished my activity sheet for my college app and my brag sheet, so I'm really proud of myself. Now on to the essays. What about you, Julie?
Been busy around here, and I guess something fun I'm doing is my birthday is next month, so I'm trying to plan something fun to do now that we're not in quite as much of a lockdown as we were last year. So trying to look for fun things to do. If anyone has any suggestions, I'll take them. But yeah, getting excited for my birthday next month. Right, did we hear from everybody? All right. And I am going to adjourn this meeting at 7:54.